for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Here you leave today and enter a world of
Mickey Mouse! A world of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers!
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks. A world of
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Bring These Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour, talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 17, Game Over. And oh my Lord Jesus, I didn't know this was a video game. I really didn't, because each level just got worse than the next one. Wow, okay. Was it combos I need to hit on my controller? Like, what we doing? Higher is way, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Yes, indeed. There, you see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have all you here. Good to see all of you. Good to get in and do what we do. So we kick it off with Portia. She and her sister Lauren go over to Phaedra's house. And, you know, they all start talking about Lottie. For those of you who don't know, Lottie passed away. Portia's cousin. That was like a sister of them. And, you know, honestly, tell you the truth, I really feel for Phaedra and her family, because it's never easy to lose anybody in life. You know what I mean? And light love and prayers. Like, I know that when it comes to this, you know, content creator game, that, you know, as you're reviewing these shows, that, you know, you get consumed by the show. Now, like I said, I really don't watch Housewives of Atlanta on a regular Shamea basis. I'm not looking forward to the new season every season when it comes on. But because you all are watching it, I make time for y'all. You understand? So, with that being said, I go hard on the pavement, on virtual pavement, because the show is giving what it needs. The show is giving what it's given. But just because I go hard on the virtual pavement doesn't mean I don't wish everybody well, right? So it's not easy because you don't have to say what needs to be said sometimes. But the same token, it is what it is, right? As long as you move in integrity, move on purpose, and move in being accountable for what you do, you should be fine. So, Lottie transitioned on the phone with Lauren. So as Lauren was talking to Lottie was transitioning, which that's a memory I don't wish on anybody. And I truly mean that. I truly mean that. Like, to be on the phone with somebody that you love and care about, and you're not hearing them on the other end, and they've transitioned, that's rough. That's very, very rough. So then Phaedra, is making the funeral arrangements and everything else. And Phaedra said that, I am, the head of the usher board, because before they go to heaven, they got to see me. It's just like, good Lord Jesus, Phaedra. So, Phaedra talks about something beautiful, about a butterfly release for Lottie. And then Portia asks, can the butterflies come back? And Phaedra said there's no trained butterflies. And I just feel like sometimes, as the Bravo audience, they look at Portia like this. Hang on, they look at Portia like this.
Oh, what do we got here? Huh? You got your little satchel bag, huh? Your little ponytail, huh? Give me what's in the bag. I'll bite your fingertips off and your ponytail. Give me what's in the satchel. I know what's in the satchel. That's all I ask. Give me what's in the satchel. Oh, what do we?
We're like, well, what do we have here, huh? By the way, isn't that a beautiful sight? Look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous right there. I just wanted to point that out real quick. But sincerely though, like, it's really, really, Portia, you think butterflies are trained? No. Butterflies, they fly freely. You know what I mean? I'm laughing at a good comeback that I did back in the day. I had somebody all choked through their soul. Okay, child, listen, if you were here, you were here for it. Anyway, moving on. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Is there any movie about butterflies from Disney? I don't think so. Not that I know of. I don't think so. But Simba has lasted a long time. Yes, indeed. Yep. All right, y'all. Some more Brantley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. So then we get to Angela, and she's talking to Dr. Wendy. Not Dr. Wendy from Potomac, but Dr. Wendy, who's a white woman. I'm giving context in case you didn't see the episode. But Charles and Angela have been going to Dr. Wendy since 2017, right? And Angela is in the hole with her finances, right? As you guys know, she's in foreclosure with some of her rental properties, and Charles does not want to invest any more money, right? And, for some people, they're going to be like, well, damn, Charles, that's your woman, bro. Like, as the fireworks are going off behind us, ladies and gentlemen, right there. You see? As the fireworks are going off behind us there. But with that being said, some of y'all gonna be like, well, damn, that's your wifey. Aren't you supposed to support her? And I feel like this. Yes, you are. But also to support is, giving tough love. Like, babe, this isn't working. Like, listen, I will definitely help cover the cost, but after this home, this has to be it for you. You gotta figure out something new, because you don't want to drive your bank account dry. And we don't want to dry our life up, right? So I don't think Charles doesn't. Here's the thing. With Charles Oakley, I really do believe he cares about Angela, although he has a very flippant attitude. I mean, when it came to that wedding anniversary when they were in Grenada, and she was like, you don't miss me? Okay. I'm like, dang. Like, it's an 8-year wedding anniversary. You're not giving any emotion. But child, we'll get to that a little bit later, because Charles gave some emotion. some emotion that created motion. It was these weak arms that were like spaghetti. Do you hear me? So, Angela says that she's learned that I trust who I trust and that she's in fighting mode, right? Because she feels that she's tired of all the poking at Charles. And the statement she wants to make is, leave me the fuck alone. Which I feel Angela on that, right? Like, I feel like this. Most of the time, if what someone is saying ain't true about you, don't respond. But if you do respond, it must be true to some degree. Not the whole degree, maybe a fifth core or half the degree, right? But it's a difference, right, between saying what needs to be said to stand up for yourself than being a bitch or a Mitch, right? I think we can all agree with that. So if Angela's marriage is getting attacked on, no, she got the right to say, leave me the fuck alone. I'm going to give you something to leave me the fuck alone about. You know what I mean? So I feel Angela because, you know, and I do have to say, out of all the housewives, I do like the new housewives, rather. I think I do like Angela the most. I think Britt Edie comes second for me. And I'll tell you why here in just a little bit, because this was very, very pivotal, right? Because basically this is the last time we see Britt Edie on this episode, right? So then we have Shamea. She's at a music showcase, and Cynthia has to leave for a flight for New York. I'm like, listen, I'm here for that energy. Listen, I'm gonna be here to say hello to everybody. I'm gonna go backstage. I'm gonna support you, but then I gotta go. Like, listen, God forbid I got a live broadcast. I'm like, listen, I love you. I came by just say, hey, listen, got this. I'm gonna have it on my app, on my private jet. I'm watching you on the way to American Idol. I gotta go. I'm here for that energy. So Kelli feels Britt is non-existent. Now, Kelli, I know that there was some low blows exchanged, right? But you holding on to an argument over a glam team. Like, in the world of news, like, unless that person is their own person, right? Usually glam squads or glam teams, they share each other throughout different shows, right? So it is what it is. That's the nature of the game. Unless you have your own makeup, studio and your own makeup business where you control the hours, you know what I mean? And if you're a consistent client for that one person, you're a consistent client for that one person. Like Andre was Oprah's hairstylist for years, and he was the only hairstylist for Oprah, right? So yeah. But y'all gotta fix that. Miss Pat is the host, and she says this woman has been performing since she came out her mother's vagina. I'm like, Miss Pat, Lord Jesus. I would love to actually interview Miss Pat sometime. I feel like we would have a really good time. She'd be like, boy, you got an old soul to you. So listen, listen, I heard you like a fig. I got some family members. Hey, listen, do they have the beauty of you? Because otherwise we can't talk. Listen, if you don't want to be offered the best, then accept the best, right? But that's neither here nor there. So then Shamea, it was a bit rough for her at first, and Drew says she has not had that much trouble hitting a high note. Now, Drew. Now, it's been a minute for you too, because remember when you were starting music and how rough it was for you, because it's been a minute since you got back into music. Like, come on now. But also too, it was just a little rough, just a little bit. But hey, you know what? You powered through, and that's half the battle. So Shamea has not hit the stage in 20 years, 2 decades. That's a long time not hit the stage. That would be like me doing broadcasting for 10 years, and then I take a break for 5 years, and then I come back to broadcast for the first time in 5 years, like live broadcasting, right? Or even with Robin Roberts, when she waited 174 days to say Good Morning America, her getting back into that studio. And I am so glad that she made it through her cancer with that Times Square audience, because now she goes through anything, she can't go outside Times Square and say hi to people because they're at the bottom of a glorified building to oneself named Robert A. Iger. Boy, I'm just saying. Like the building where live with, Regis and Kelly, like that studio should still be around, right? And the ABC building, which that should be a historic landmark, okay, and never be torn down. That could be for the. See, here's the thing, right? Because this is sidebar, yeah. They moved all the shows, The View, Tamron Hall, GMA3, Good Morning America, Live with Kelly and Mark, 2020, World News Tonight. They moved them, including ESPN, child. They moved all these shows into one building. Why? So that way, if somebody needs to get on GMA, they could just go straight to the studio. Y'all want to just keep costs down? Now, I know it's like allegedly $100 million a year. But let me tell you something. Some venture capital firm, right? And it's a little bit dicey because the venture capital firm just have to fund the rent, right? They couldn't have control of what goes on in the studio. But I'm sure there's a venture capital firm that would invest $100 million a year of, hey, we will keep GMA at Times Square. I'm sure of it because, like, I'll just show you real quick, and then we'll get back to it. Watch this. Roll it.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good. Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
So the reason why I brought that GMA commercial up is because imagine if Robin Roberts made it through her cancer journey and she was at the bottom of a building and she wasn't able to be around that kinetic energy. That's the same thing with Shamea. She hasn't been on stage in 20 years, right? So, where, Beyonce, this is what she does. And Shamea trying to do something in music when this is not what she does. No shade, okay? No shade. I mean, Kim Zolciak did Tarry for the Party. Apparently that was a hit in the Bravo world. So I guess as long as you got a mouth and you can put it on a microphone, you can be a star. Yeah, I got it, and you got it too. Okay, all right. Moving on, child. That was, yeah. So Shy's on the stage, and Shy says something a little bit, out the way. Miss Pat said, did I tell you that you're not supposed to say that on stage? Now, if Little Big Shots came back, I literally wrote this in my notes. Miss Pat could do Little Big Shots. I feel like she would bring so much comedy to it. Like, you do that? I'm sorry, that's Jennifer Hudson. No, Miss Pat would do great because not only can she talk to kids, really cool, but also too, I feel like Miss Pat has a sense of humor where it's like, did you really say that? Like, I really could see Miss Pat doing more hosting gigs, right? Because, all a comedian does is just they're hosting the show, telling jokes for an hour, right? It's much deeper than that. But hosting and being a comedian, that skill set of owning a crowd, it's not too far off from each other, right? So Britt says, Shamea's voice was nice, but the performance could use a little work. And Drew said they might need to be on. And Angela and Charles want to feed 100,000 children for their foundation. I think that's amazing, right? The fact that there are celebrities that don't forget that there are people in the world that, hey, listen, you used to be them, right? Now, do you have to do it? No, you don't. But in the same token, without that foundation, you wouldn't be who you are today. Like I said, from my hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas, I would love to bring the Ebony Jet Entertainment Awards to my hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas, because that's the home of Ebony and Jet magazine. To do that on national television, live from my hometown, the town where Ebony and Jet magazine was founded, oh yeah, that'll be a tremendous honor. You know what I mean? So shout out to Charles and Angela for recognizing that they can do good in their neighborhood for sure. Numbers are being counted in terms of social media numbers. I'm just like, good Lord Jesus. Okay, we get y'all don't like each other. Move on. And it's just like, Kelly, you looking like a really wretched ex. And no, don't go there with me. What I mean by that is you talking about Britt like she's this, that, and the third, but yet you weren't friends with her for years. So stop it. She wasn't that bad of a friend when you were friends with her. Stop that shit. That's just like, women saying, oh, he's a piece of shit bastard. Well, he wasn't a piece of shit bastard when you lay down on your back and you made kids with. And she's a piece of shit itch. Well, guess what? She wasn't a piece of shit itch when you lay down on your back and you made kids with her. Like, no, right is right and wrong is wrong. There's not bad men, there's not bad women, it's bad people. There's difference. And Britt was a good enough friend for you to be a friend to her and for her to be friends with you. So stop that. Because now you're looking petty as fuck. Okay? Okay. I can't. I just can't. I can't do with the bull jive. The words of our former Uncle Shay. So Shamea understands why Portia's not there. Of course, Portia is grieving. That's totally understandable. Shamea and Britt talk, and they talk about the text messages that, Shamea showed Kelli and Britt when they all went out, right? And apparently Britt talks about Shamea and how, Shamea was going to go to the hospital to see Shia, one of the children, and that Shamea lied about was taking shots with Kelli. And Britt, I'm gonna tell you right now, that was uncalled for, because you said I was gonna be there for you no matter what, right? You gave that extra dramatic, over the top, I'm gonna always be there for you no matter what. And let me tell you, if you need a car, I got a car. If you need food, I got food. If you need cash, I got cash. Like, you did all that just to do that. You don't bring kids into it. You don't. You simply do not. And before anybody says anything, I defend kids on this channel more than most channels in this former sector. Okay? Go back and look at all the destinations we went to talking about kids and see how pissed the fuck off I got. Because let me tell you something. Some of y'all are one-trick ponies out here. Okay? Listen. All you can do is go to the state fair and be dragged from state fair to state fair. Meanwhile, the rest of us are black stallions having free roam to do what we want to do. Okay? Because honestly, like with Kelli, it's giving coward ass energy, right? And I talked about coward ass energy earlier this morning, and I said, what's really amazing to me? All the coward asses that are defending Diddy, all the coward asses that are defending, dropping, bombs on kids and women and children and men. And, just the coward asses that are trying to tear down DEI, right? And you gotta be careful of people who, they talk about other people being coward asses in so many words, whether it's saying coward ass or trying to call out other people's coward ass energy, when really 10 times out of 10, they probably are a coward ass their damn self. Now, listen, I'm talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta right now, okay? Because it just seems like it's a lot of vibe switching. As long as the vibe works for you, you groove to it. But when it's not grooving for you, you want to step away from it. No. That was just like Evan Lozada. She went through something where I think it was a connection to some celebrity with, her daughter, and people got onto her about that. She was like, well, that has nothing to do with me. No, that just because you don't want to acknowledge the connection and you want to step away from it doesn't mean the connection still didn't happen, right? So it is what it is. So after that, Shamea's talked about pill popping to Britt, her pill popping roommate. And I'm just like, my Lord Jesus. I'm just like, this would never fly in real life. So they have to have a cloak. You remember that hoodie where you could put over your head and, when people take pictures, they couldn't see you and stuff. It's like that. So when it's a vibe, oh, hey, everybody, how's it going? When it's about no. So Kelly's waking up the kids. Drew's doing content, drinking Alani energy drink. And then Ralph called to go upstairs. And Drew looks like she's happy about that. And then Britt and Mike are looking at a private jet for a getaway. So then Kelly, we're Kelly now. Chloe does not want to put the bacon in the oven. And Kelly's like, do you mind if you put bacon in the oven? No, Kelly's like, Chloe, do you mind if you could put in the bacon in the oven? And she was like, no, I actually do mind. And so Kelly's sister, it starts with a K, comes through, Kiama or something like that, comes through. And then Kelly says that she's a wine mom, that she needs wine to cope with being a mom. Now, y'all, that does not mean that she is an alcoholic, okay? She just needs an outlet, which is understandable. If you're a single mom or a single dad, you need an outlet, right? And so the new location in Sandy Springs is behind, right? Because Kelly also has some debt as well, right? So Chloe then asks, can I be the manager? And then Kelly says, well, looks like the way it's going, you're going to be the manager, cook, and hostess. I'm like, hold on now. Don't do that to your child. Don't put all those jobs on that one child. Companies should be able to hire everybody for every position that is needed. If you got to put more than one job on a person, then guess what? Maybe you need to hire more people, or you need to cut some pay. And I don't mean the frontline workers either. I mean people who they want to be so high on the hill that they don't recognize about the people at the bottom of the hill. They would never get on the hill. But hey, I'm just a black man talking on YouTube. Let's roll on. So then Drew, we're Drew now, and Ralph asked, how did we get here? Unverifiable cousin Courtney. And all the history, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you had a woman in your basement, bro. Stop it. Oh, my Lord Jesus. I just cannot. And Drew is not trying to take away from Ralph being a dad. And, Drew wants to be able to coexist and be friends as parents. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I think that when it comes to parenting, right? I've never been a parent, but I've been raised by the parents who are still married 20 years later. Praise be unto God. I will say good parents understand that their kids are their own individuals, but also, too, in the same time that they're individuals, it's also your job to give the best you have to them. And you're not going to get everything right. But the fact that when a marriage doesn't work, that they can see the assignments bigger than them, I will always applaud that. We need more people like that in the world that can understand. You know what? I'd rather drink ice cold water. I said this morning. I'd rather drink ice cold water and be happy rather than have a heat stroke and try to be right. You know what? You a piece of oh my God. They had a heat stroke. Don't give them no water. Braylon, they had a heat stroke. Okay, well, they wanted to be loud, wrong, and dumbass, so why give them water when they never wanted to drink the water and be happy with their life in the first place? They're complaining about other people because it's an internal reflection of how much of a broken piece of shit they are. Like, what we doing here? Like, my Lord Jesus, can y'all imagine how many people have had a mental heat stroke because they want to be right? That if anybody created a different point of view, I literally just watched Anonymous. Apparently there's some guy named Reggie that talked about DDG and that his music isn't a vibe. And DDG is upset and be like, bro, I need you to stop trolling me. Whatever it is, stop it, because I don't stop, bro. DDG, nobody knows one song from you, bro. Not one. You wasn't even nominated for a Kids' Choice Award. You were never nominated for a Kids' Choice Award, bro. Like, come on now. You wasn't even nominated for favorite streamer. Kai Cenat will get favorite streamer at the KCAs before you ever do. And do you not realize you're in an industry where, guess what? There are audio files. By the way, shout out to all the audio files. Audio files, they listen to music very intently, right? And there's this thing called Billboard magazine. I don't know if you know about it. There's Spin magazine. There's Vibe. There's all these different music magazines that they do these things called music reviews. So you're gonna give the same energy to Vibe if they hate your album. See, that's the problem, people, right? You want to get big mad at everybody else, but when somebody else who is bigger than you that can give you leverage, power, access, well, you ain't gonna say shit to them. So you go after little bloggers like Pop Tames, DDG, but you know good to damn well with the Shade Room, who is bigger than you, like, bruh, you lost the plot. So it just is what it is. So when you understand the assignment's bigger than you, then you're able to move without being triggered, right? But then some people are a walking problem all the time, but yet they asking other people to be solutions. But whatever. So then we're with Phaedra, right? And so they're at Chateau Elan, rather. It's a winery in Atlanta, Georgia. Beautiful, beautiful winery, by the way. So Chi, they've been dating for 4 months. So for those of you who don't know who he is, he was on Married to Medicine for a, age gap relationship, singles event. And Phaedra and him have been hitting it off ever since. And then so they're making charcuterie boards, right? So the meats and cheeses and everything in between. And the producer asked Phaedra, would you ever get married again? And Phaedra said, only if it's Eve's husband. Now I'm guessing it's Eve Marcel. But she's enjoying her time. I feel like this, depending on your age bracket, maybe you want to be single, right? Because I remember Judge Lynn told her, and by the way, shout out to her, one of the best media personalities of all time, sincerely. I felt for her when she lost Big E, because she talked about Big E so much on Divorce Court, the lessons that she learned, right? And, Judge Lynn told us that I have a sister that she wakes up and does what she wants to do. And she would say this to, people that were getting divorced, like, hey, listen, it ain't over. It feels like it's over, but it's not over. So, everybody who's in a relationship, what's the statement? Everybody who's in a relationship ain't happy. Everybody who's single ain't sad. So there you go. Then with Britt eating. Now I thought this was very nice. So Britt's mom has moved into their home, Mike's and Britt's home, and the family has not been able to come together in a setting for over a year. But also, too, this is the first time that Mike's family comes over. And it seems like it's going well. And I will say this, for all that Britt Edie did, right? Because a lot happened with Britt. But mostly because of Kenya Moore. Yeah. So with that being said, I think the last time I heard that her hair spa is like a thrift shop or something like that now. She's selling off fashions from old reunions and stuff. It's just like, Kim Moore's across the street selling off fashions. A hair spa with no hair appointments. How dreadful. Anyway, moving on. But with all that being said, I will say this. I think that Britt really did bring something special to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because for Britt to be, and Britt's a beautiful girl. We're just going to sit here in front. She's a beautiful woman, rather. To see Britt have that type of life, but she has that much of a real family where, guess what? There are broken down issues. You do have people that can't get along. You have people trying to overcome it. They got people who want to separate from the family. Like, we got to see some realness from Britt's family, and I appreciated that. You know what I mean? It kind of broke up the monotony of this show. So then we are at the Charles Oakley Foundation Gala. They've been doing this since 2017. The fundraising goal is $50,000. So Angela calls Drew, right? Because Angela, Drew, Marcus, and Alex, they all met 3 days ago. Marcus is the person that said during a toast, like, hey, guess what? Toast if your name is Angela, your husband's Chill. So then Shamea and Kelli are talking about what's going on with, Britt a little bit, and then Britt, Cynthia, and Portia are talking about Shamea. Angela honors Portia and Lottie and the foundation. I thought that was very, very sweet. Now, I think it was a surprise to Portia because I don't think she had anything prepared. So I think that was just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Also, too, for a gala or a gala, usually that is, that's talked about months and months in advance. But still, either way, I thought that was very nice. And I will say Portia and Lottie definitely deserve to be honored. I mean, to do that much for your grandfather, we give credit where credit is due, right? So, and Cynthia loves that regardless of what's going on, everyone can come together. And Portia is crying, trying to hold it together because she's thinking about Lottie so much. And Portia, it's okay to cry, child. I mean, listen, people gonna love you and hate you. One thing, no, two things for sure, you always keep moving, and that is a powerful tool for sure. So $107,000 is raised, right, in donations. So double $50,000, the $50,000 goal. Very nice. So then there's a recap of Kelly's event, and Britt is like, listen, I know we haven't always got along, but I think we're in a better place. I would never do that. And Kelly's laughing at Britt. I'm just like, Kelly, you seem to forget that you used to, like, I don't get what it is of, like, if you don't like somebody, then you're just going to drag them every time. Like, she was a good friend to you. Right now, of course, you fronted her out, so she felt the way. She's got the right to feel that way. What did Cat Williams say? If you want me to tell a better history about you and me, you should have treated me better. And that's how Britt feels, right? So, Kelly, if you want people to care about your feelings, Britt's feelings matter just as much. So Kelly's laughing at Britt, and it's just like, okay, child. But then Kelly gets accused as well. Charles is not having it when he sees Marcus. And Charles is like, bro, you got to go. You got to go. And so then Marcus, says Phaedra was the one that, made Marcus come to the event, right? Paid him. And so there was an envelope. And there's a connect, apparently, named Junebug. I'm just like, we need receipts. There's something in the Kool-Aid ain't sweet about this. You mean tell me? And I think one of them said that, excuse me, I think it was Cynthia that said, you mean to tell me you think she's going to really leave an envelope and incriminate herself? No. And then Shamea said, Drew, did you act in this? Never mind. And then Portia said that it was a scheme that Todd set up, and they did that throwback. Now, I thought that was clean. I'm like, Portia, you came through on that. Everything else, you fell down around. But for that one moment, you actually came through, okay? So then Phaedra versus Angela, it got heated, child. And Phaedra remembers Marcus and where he works because apparently Phaedra told Angela what went down. And so Angela is in foreclosure, apparently, from Phaedra. And Shamea and Kelli accuses Britt of doing what happened with Marcus. And I don't think that's the case now. Because guess what? There's already a lawsuit against Kenya. Do y'all want to be a part of another lawsuit, Shamea and Kelli? Because, Kelli, you got some debt to you. I mean, I know it's part of your, divorce and everything, which, by the way, Kelly's finally divorced, and the new Sandy Springs location will open spring or summer 2025. But still, like, don't throw out accusations unless you have proof. Shamea and Kelli, right? So, Shamea's still upset about Britt, and Kelli is joining in. Good Lord Jesus. Britt's going to start a new insurance agency, and she is going to expand Bare Naked, right? So maybe Bare Naked might be sold at BravoCon. Who knows? So then Drew's album, I Did to Me, came out March of 2025. Ralph is still in the basement and Divorce Nowhere in Sight. Then Shamea hopes to welcome a new baby soon. Shiloh making progress and Never Had. Her new single came out in March of 2025. Phaedra is booked and busy until her boys can retire her, and Chi and her are still dating. Angela sold 3 houses but lost 2, and Fangio, a line of fans. No word of flower renewal between her and Charles, and then Cynthia apologizes for talking. So then 5 months later, we see that Portia is able to film in her home as Diane comes over, and then we see Portia's update of Simon's detained, and the marriage is on ice. So that is your review. What a season finale! I mean, honestly, here's the thing. Sometimes I feel like, you know, events like the Charles Oakley and Angela Oakley Foundation Gala or Gala could be a whole episode, right? So we'll take a little commercial break. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this roll.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from?
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
I'm loving it.
Loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. We are live on tour, yes indeed. And since we are here, let me get that up for you all. A little sneak peek of the reunion to come for Real Housewives of Atlanta. We talked about this early this morning during the morning edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live, where, you know, we had a good time. We just had to take care of some shit. Per usual. Listen, don't tell lies about me. I won't tell truths about you, child. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let me get this, let me get it up here. All right, here we go. Let me get this up here. By the way, y'all, jury watch is back on tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. I don't think they set a time, not that I know, but here it is here from rollingout.com. Ladies and gentlemen, here is that sneak peek of the reunion. Oh, Lord Jesus. I think Phaedra is trying to go for like a Cleopatra look here, because there was a clip of Kenya trying to drag Phaedra. It's just like, well, Phaedra's on national television and you canceled your whole career because you wanted to be right and try to get back at somebody. In the words of Nene Leakes, you can never win when you play dirty, but yet you are in a thrift shop and Phaedra's on a whole set getting paid by Bravo, the check that you used to have. So could it be fair to say that they took your check and gave it to Phaedra? Let's roll.
I'm curious if anyone wants to set any intentions today.
I just want to step to the plate with each lady with truth.
Why would you say you would Angela's husband?
Who told you that?
That wasn't how it happened.
This is a pattern of lying.
Lying about what?
What folder?
You done put the whole file cabinet, child. You ready?
Yeah.
I feel like Andy's like, oh God, I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. Then it's like, oh my God, why do I host this shit? Rolling on.
Coming up on the 3-part Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, how do you feel about Frickin' Frock revealing all about your hood?
We need clarification. You know what I'm talking about?
You think you need clarification? I'm like,
I have to say, Cynthia is genuinely a stunning woman. Like, I see why she was a model. She is still a model. I see why she got a young buck, because, child, if that was on my arm, we going everywhere. Yes, it do.
No, you'll be hot on these streets, Portia. Yeah, you know I like my Africans. One for the books.
Ooh, if toxicity was personified as a person, it would be Portia Williams. Rolling on.
Britt Edie has decided not to join us.
What? Wow.
Now, here's the thing. You're saying wow, but yet you shaded her about Glam Squad for the rest of for the other half of the season. So, like, or are you saying wow because, like, she's not want to be responsible? Or are you saying wow because you actually want to see her maybe reconcile? Like, why are you saying wow for? We'll find out.
Can you have gotten information from current housewife about Britt's past?
Did you send her the pictures?
Drew, what's this face for? Okay, what's this face for? What's this face for? We'll get to that.
Let's start there.
Well, baby, I'm in all the rooms.
But the rooms I'm in, they don't know you. So if I look 53, you look 63.
Phaedra's like, damn, I got clocks. Allegedly. We'll see.
Y'all had that conversation together saying that I was screwing Kandi and Todd.
I kiss Kandi in the club. You kiss Kandi in the club.
Now, Portia. Hi, Braylon Lee here. Do you remember what happened last time when you repeated a lie? And what happened to, your partner, the frickin' frack? What happened, right? She got kicked off the show. But you're the smart one, though. Go ahead.
They both kiss Kandi.
Let's run the tape back.
Don't sit on Portia's lap, girl.
She characterized her return as a flop.
I do.
Okay.
I would have to say that this really was a flop for Portia to come back. I mean, you had a whole divorce where your man said that you went after him, and when he was in a marriage, which is what everyone else was saying, you got on Tamara Hall and saying that Tamara was hit and miss, this, that, and the third, and you took a break for 2 years or 3 years because you wanted a mental health break, but now you getting big mad because some people are saying that your return was a flop. For some people, it was a flop. And other people, it wasn't. You're a public figure. This comes with it. The fuck? What's going on?
Should be worried about who flipping and flopping in that basement with Ralph.
Ralph, did you really think Drew was sleeping with Dennis for beats?
I didn't know exactly what the relationship was, but you had mentioned that you was trying to holler at her too.
I never.
Wow. Charles, when did you date our friend Sheree?
Okay, Angie.
What?
What are we doing?
Everybody want to know about me. What about y'all? I'm the only husband here. Where your husband's at?
Now that I said earlier this morning, Portia, that also means your ass too. That shade was for you too. Okay. All right. Moving on. And Andy, stop it. That was not the harshest shade that you've ever heard at our reunion. Stop it with the fake shit.
What is the current status of your friendship today?
You posted about my mom saying she did something egregious.
She absolutely did.
Why are you even bringing
Let her have her moment.
1 second.
Kelly, hey, you're not home with your daughters. These are grown women. Let them duke it out. This ain't your business. Okay? All right. Moving on.
Don't. Hold on. That's it. Oh my God.
So the woman that says, I just want to confront the ladies with the truth and work something out. The one who wanted to confront the ladies with the truth is the one that got walked out the reunion. Wow. Okay, child. And Cynthia, you said that Portia handled the reunion. That doesn't look like it. That doesn't look like Portia handled it. It looked like she got handled at the reunion, child.
Okay, hold on.
3-part reunion starting July 13th at 8/7 Central, only on Bravo, and streaming the next day on Peacock. Yes, indeed. There should be a good time had by all. Yes, indeed. So, child, listen, it's been a day today. By the way, I got to see my friend Miss Denise. That was really good to see her. It's been a long time since I saw Miss Denise in my chat. She would come up here and we would just talk it out, me and her, about many variety of topics, or destinations as we like to call them. And it was good to see her today. That really made my day. So yes, indeed. Oh man, yes indeed. So me and Gigi may go live tonight. Don't know. I haven't talked to her today. But y'all know that Two Sugars One Shot, they hosted a video late in the midnight hour, and it was something. Me and Josh were up. Josh from the first season of the Never Ever Mets. We were up just talking and making it do what it do. So yes, indeed. So yes, indeed, John. But yeah, so I do got a message, Gigi, because somebody responded to me today in the DM. Yes. By the way, I think tomorrow night at 8:30, I'm going to have something special for y'all. I've been waiting for an article to get out, and I saw another video from Attraction Ideas, so I want to do a little something for y'all. Just a little something for y'all. Just a bonus story, if you will. So stay tuned for that. So, whew, almost there. My Lord Jesus. By the way, always remember, in the words of Anonymous T, is if you don't know nothing else about this channel, just know, in the words of Anonymous T, we believe over here that.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad that I did that. This is true. Oh man, so like I said, Tuesday, and then like I said, it'll be 4th of July weekend here pretty soon. Hopefully it levels out in terms of the temperatures, because right now it's 74 degrees, and honestly, tell you the truth, I don't want anybody to have a heat stroke while they're making burgers and ribs and hot dogs and bratwurst. By the way, it's been a minute since I had really good Johnsonville bratwurst with sweet baby Ray barbecue sauce. My uncle, God rest his soul, he's no longer here with us, but we used to eat crab barbecue sauce all the time. And then my uncle, he introduced us to Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and it's been that ever since. And every time I get Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, I think of my uncle, who is in heaven now. So yes, I do wonder sometimes what my uncle would think. Like, so this is what you decided to do? I hope on the heaven internet that you're proud of me. Yes, indeed. So much love to you. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Yes. Almost there to the 1 more minute mark there. And we already did the Daily Motivator during the 6 o'clock edition. So if you want to see that, go see that for sure. And with that being said, made it to the 1 hour mark. I'm going to turn off my camera now because we know how to show forward. And an hour, yes, we have. I always love doing that. And, that just kind of came out naturally, doing that, because I'm just like, okay, how do I, close out the hour, right? Because the way I do my shows is I try to give you a full hour of content, right? Before I, cut off the camera, because I believe it's very cheap to only speak for maybe 10, 15 minutes, then drop a link for the panel, and then the panel does all the talking for you, and then you don't really get the content out of that person that you came to see the content from. Just saying, people coming to see you, give them a show because they came to see you. That's just common courtesy. Unless you weren't raised to have common courtesy, then that's a personal problem. But anyway. So yeah, we'll just chill here for a little bit, y'all. Oh man. Lord. But yeah, we're just chillaxing. Oh, I gotta watch Patrick Cece. By the way, if y'all looking for like good documentarians, I forgot to mention Turkey Tom. Really love that brother. He is great. And also too, Patrick Cece is really, really good. He has a new documentary called The Total Collapse of Katy Perry's Career, which honestly I am excited about because she doesn't really contribute anything to the culture. She made fun of a contestant because of her outfit choices, and it's just like, do you not remember your outfit choices from the start of your career? Child, please. And then she drank vodka in a glass shoe and then threw it into the audience of American Idol Live on ABC. It's like, what the hell? You know, I mean, just, and like I said, the space expedition thing, it was cool, but also too, it should have been exalted as, you know, finding the final frontier. Like, space exploration is a platform for research and discovery of, you know, science, right? This is not just some hobby that you just do because you're just trying to remain relevant. And I think that's why people were really pissed off about the Blue Origin. Like, if I got, I'm not gonna say it front, if I got the chance to go to space, because you know Michael Strahan went to space, right? If I got the chance to go to space just to see it, and then, you know, I was able to come back down and, you know, still live and everything, I think for the one time I would do it. But still, like, once I come back and they ask like how it was, I'm not gonna be like, you know, I always was a little ball on the ground, but when I went up into space, I saw a whole new world. Like, no. It was very cool to see the world from a different view and to see the Earth and to see Earth and the galaxies that we have, you know, looked up on, you know, online, and we've had wallpapers and, you know, phone covers and this, that, and the third over the years as, you know, products, to be able to see it for yourself. Like, not everybody's gonna be able to do it, so I was very honored. More people will give you love, grace, and space for that because they're like, okay, well, you know what? He got to go to space and he enjoyed himself. You know, so so yes, indeed, guys. So I'll take it out to I'll take it to 1 hour and 7 minutes, and then we'll head on out. You know what? There's a video I haven't played in a while. I'm gonna just play it just because I want to. We'll be back after this rolling.
Dear Founding Fathers, first of all, about that more perfect union thing, we're not quite there yet, but we're working on it. So let's see, what would you be most interested to know about us? Well, the British didn't turn out to be a big issue. The French did for a while, but we're all cool now. Let's talk about democracy, our republic. We became a great nation, and while imperfect, we've done some great things. 2 American brothers figured out how to fly, and we haven't stopped since. D-Day was incredible. A victory for democracy, defeat for tyranny. And who did we fight alongside? The British. In the summer of 1969, we landed on the moon. We did that a couple of times. George Washington turned out to be the most popular among all of you. He's on our money. He's got his own monument. A bridge was named after him. So was the center of our government. That's where our Congress sits. We spell it, by the way, with 2 S's now. But here in what you named the United States, we are not united. In fact, we have 50 states now, and tonight on election night, we will mark them red or blue to show which candidate has won enough votes to win each state. You never got to see the country we became or how big we got. We've got 350 million people now. You didn't see women as equal members of society. Tonight, a woman is on the ballot for president for the 2nd time. You left us to fight a civil war to abolish something most of you practiced, the enslavement of human beings. And in all the years since, we the people have taken on the push for equality, and it's still a struggle every day. If I'm being honest, there still is not a lot that unites us. There was a day this past spring when the sun went away just briefly. People wept, they cheered at the sight of it, they got engaged, they got married, but mostly they were there united in their amazement. Tonight is a messy one for us. It's election night. We pick a new president between a former president and the current vice president. Last time we did this, it was far from the peaceful process you envision. No one ever said striving to be a more perfect union would be easy. Whatever happens tonight, we'll have a republic tomorrow and the next day, but please, Founding Fathers, please grant us the wisdom and the strength to get through this and work this out. This is our home. I've spent all my life calling this the greatest nation on earth. Thank you for all that you did. I know you left us believing you'd done the best you could. We'll take it from here. And look at the time. Our election night starts right now.
I have to tell you that that introduction from Brian Williams. I know I usually do the McDonald's welcome back. Hang on, because I know my people. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Love y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. You know, that intro from Brian Williams, you know, I know Brian Williams has had the career that he had when he lied about the Tomahawk helicopter. I think a lot of us, you know, we were saddened by that because Brian Williams, you know, he was a GOAT of a legend. But I have to tell you that gravitas of understanding the news, but guiding people through understanding why it matters and communicating with people and not talking at people. When I heard that intro, I actually saw the intro live the night where we were doing our 3 with the T election night party. And I have to tell you that's one of the most brilliant broadcasting intros I've seen as a nerd of social media. That intro definitely moves me. So if you ever are feeling down one day, just type in Brian Williams Amazon election night intro, and you can listen to that intro anytime you want to. The way he, you know, talked about the past and the horrors of the past while celebrating the progress that we have made and bringing things into perspective. That is a skill set that everyone has. So shout out to Brian Williams with that there. So with that being said, as we're getting into the final minutes of the show, one love, much love, all love to each and every single one of you. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special because you are always one of blessed and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me, and hopefully by spending time together, we'll also be great together. And I always remember doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child, you just recognizing that, hey, listen, whether at a gala or in the backyard, always have some class. Make sure the replay is not just right for you to watch it, not just right for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it. Receive love, you gotta give it. Receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, where successes you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no else is proud of you, proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. Whatever's going to happen in New York is going to happen in New York, okay? So if there are riots on the street, if things are being broken, if your friends are feeling a way that they were, you know, trying to support Diddy, everybody's going to feel the way they're going to feel. The main thing is, how do we evolve after that? And I think it's the same thing with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. After this season, right? Because they're going to have a season autopsy, right? What do you do for season 17? Do you carry the same energy, which gives you the same energy? Do you care? Let me flip that reverse around, man. When you do that season autopsy, will you go back to a new season with old energy, before you understand that new season needs new energy. That's what I meant to say. With that being said, commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings that are on the way for you, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.